Hello everyone, greetings for the day. Welcome back to the tutorial on ISTQB. This is Neeraj Kumar Singh and you're watching ISTQB Foundation series. So we are finally done with all the tutorials on chapter 3. I had to make it simple for you, so I have created the second topic with 3 tutorials. I hope you go through all of them before you look at this one. This is the tutorial on the sample questions on the chapter 3, and we'll be talking about certain examples which we are looking at to understand that how the questions can be really asked to you from this particular chapter. So we have 5 chapters. We have 5 questions to be asked from this chapter to you in this examination. So we are expecting the better count of questions from this chapter now. So let's start with the first one. Generally, we have a question here like, which of the following statements correctly reflects the value of static testing? So as far as we know that, there are certain benefits which we started with understanding from the very first topic of this tutorial. So if you want the answer and clarity on this one, you can quickly go back to the 3.1, the first tutorial of this chapter, which will give you the answer for this. So let's look at the options here. By introducing reviews, so we have found that both the quality of the specification and the time required for development and testing have increased. Now, generally with help of static testing, you generally decrease the time for development and testing by finding the defects early, you filter them. B, using static testing means we have better control and cheaper defect management due to ease of removing defects later in the life cycle. No, it is earlier in the life cycle, and that makes it irrelevant. So now what we are trying to understand from this type of question, team, that it's not the entire option, it's just one word which changes the meaning for it, and generally you do not rely on such things because ISTQB very well knows that where is that you can skip a term which changes the meaning of the entire option. So if you look at these A and B, just 2 options, seems like everything is fine in that, and people just skip few of the things, like maybe one word in option A that is increased and one option in B that is later can change the entire meaning, and that's where it is wrong. So I would recommend every individual that you pay attention while reading the options as well. Please do not blindly opt for the right answer. C, now that we require the use of static analysis, missed requirements have decreased and communication between tester and developers has improved. Now, this also seems to be very relevant, but of course, a static analysis does not help to improve the communication between developers and testers, that is conducting reviews. Static analysis is generally to find the defects in the coding. And that is D, which is the most relevant option. Since we started using static analysis, we find coding defects that might have not been found by performing only dynamic testing. And that's the right answer for this question. So all we need to understand from these questions is that generally where is the trick involved where ISTQB can deviate from the right answer or may create a diversion for you so that you lose it. So make sure that you pay complete attention while reading the options as well. This seems to be quite a simple one. The second one, which of the following sequence best shows the main activity of the work product review process? Now, of course, review process has 5 major stages, which includes planning, initiate review, individual review, issue communication and analysis, fixing, and reporting. And of course, we have only one option here, that's D, which is the right answer. And for this, you can just quickly go back and look into these stages, which would help you to get the right answer. So these are some straightforward things as well, which will help you to boost up your scores. Question number 3, which of the following correctly matches the roles and responsibility in a formal review process? So this is from the roles and their respective responsibilities conducted as a part of the review process. Here we have option A, manager decides on the execution of the review. Review leader ensures effective running of the review meetings. Scribe fixes the defects in the work product under review. Moderator monitors ongoing cost effectiveness. Now, for your kind information, if you remember from the tutorial, a formal review process, manager role is to decide on the execution of review. Being a management, it is manager who plans for the entire activity. Second, ensuring effective running of the review meeting is the responsibility of the moderator. Scribe responsibility is to generate the review report, not to fix the defect, that is author. And moderator monitors ongoing cost effectiveness? No, it's manager. So finally, the right answer is manager, which is the most relevant compared to the 4 options given here. Next question is question number 4, where we have a typical scenario given to you, and we would like to identify which type of review is this. The reviews being used in your organization have the following attributes. There is a role of scribe. Okay. The purpose is to detect potential defects. The review meeting is led by author. Reviewers find potential defects by individual review, and review report is produced. Now, there's only one thing which helps you to get the right answer out of this entire question, that is, it is led by author. And if you remember my tutorial there, the walkthrough is the one which is led by the author. So, of course, we have the right answer as B, which is walkthrough. This is the type of review which we are talking about. One and the last question from this chapter, which of the following options are roles in formal reviews? Now, that's another way to ask you that what are the basic roles and important roles of a formal review process. And I think that's again very simple to understand. Let's start from the top. Developer, moderator, review leader, reviewer, tester. Where tester and developer is not a role. B, author, moderator, manager, reviewer, and developer. Developer again is not a role. B is eliminated. C, author, manager, review leader, reviewer, and designer. No, designer is also not a role, but when you look at D, author, moderator, review leader, reviewer, and scribe. So that's the most relevant option here again, which is skipping one of the role, and it completes everything, that is manager. So D is the right answer for this question, and I hope that was quite interesting for you to understand that how the typical questions from the chapter 3 could be asked to you. All we need to do is take care of the patience you have during the examination to make sure that you read each question and option carefully and understand each word's meaning behind the sentence. And that could help you to get the exact right answer before you can really ink the right one. All right. So take your time when you hit the examination and understand everything clearly, because that's the what is called as tip and trick involved in writing the examination. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, team. In case you have any further questions, you're free to comment below so that I can help you better. At any point of time, if you get stuck with anything, feel free to reach me. I'll be there to assist you. And till then, keep learning, keep exploring, and happy learning, team.